question that I have. Okay, the completion time. Okay, go ahead.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, kindly subscribe, like, share and comment. On today's video we are at Global Peace Foundation and I'm honored we have the CEO Mr. Juma, and he's going to share with us a brief of what they do and a brief story about himself. And yeah, so hello.
Hello, Charlie.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
So you as a person, when did you come, kindly first of all tell us a brief history about yourself and
Okay.
how ulikuja tu kufika to Global Peace Foundation.
Asante. So my name is Daniel Juma Omondi. I am the country director of the Global Peace Foundation. I was basically I've been here since the year 2012. Before that, I worked for the Embassy of Korea, Korea Trade and Investment Promotion Agency. And before that, I studied in Germany, where I studied East Asian studies in Germany, and I had also been a student in Korea. I've lived in Philippines, but before that, I basically schooled. I schooled in Ukwala Primary School, went to Siguen Karut Primary School in Siaya District. Then from there, I proceeded to the University of Nairobi, where I basically graduated with a degree in political science and Korean studies. And I also have a diploma in international relations. I consider myself a peace builder. That's what I'm doing now, building peace. But when I was working at the Korean Embassy, at the Korea Trade Promotion Agency, I was basically in economic diplomacy. So that was basically diplomacy proper. So what I do now and what I did at the embassy are almost related. It's they're all a part of international relations, dealing with geopolitical issues, dealing with diplomatic, economic issues, and that's it. So right now, our organization, Global Peace Foundation, we have headquarters in the U.S., in Washington D.C., and also we have offices in Seattle, Washington, and more than 20 chapters worldwide. The office that I lead in Kenya is one of the 4 offices in Africa. We have other offices in Tanzania, Uganda, and Nigeria. In Kenya, we focus mainly on education as a tool for peace building. Just like Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. I say that education is what you need to keep peace. So we've been focusing on nurturing character and creativity in our schools, working with the educators, stakeholders, to be able to inspire, character, good behavior, discipline, and also entrepreneurship, and creativity. But the creativity we're focusing on, how do you nurture entrepreneurship in these students when they're still young? You want to catch them early. The mindset of entrepreneurship should be planted, when they're early, so that when they leave school, they don't graduate as job seekers. They need to graduate as job creators. Why am I saying this? Statistics show that every year almost 1 million students leave the system of education. Every year more than 1 million. but the jobs that are created are less than 1 million, are actually way less annually. Very few jobs are created. And if you look at high school, for example, around 700,000 do KCSE, leave the secondary school system, and out of these only 10 to 15% go to the universities, another 15-20% go to the tertiary colleges, and then maybe others, maybe another 15-20 join the police, armed forces, and all that. But a bigger percentage, of maybe between 30 to 40, are out there. They don't go to the campus, they don't go to tertiary colleges, they don't get jobs. Where are they? This is why we created a program in school called Leap Hubs. Leap Hubs is leadership and entrepreneurship program where these highly motivated young people, look at the school setting. You don't want to go do debating club, drama. You don't want to go play hockey, but you want to be an entrepreneur. Where do you go? So we created this club, these spaces, as that alternative where these highly motivated students, highly motivated social innovators, highly motivated entrepreneurs converge and learn, how can I become an entrepreneur? What are my sources of finance? How do I learn about financial literacy? How do I write a business proposal? And so we have been nurturing these students using these spaces. So based on this, we are rest assured that if, God forbid, they don't make it to the university, then they're out there, doing their business, whether it is small business, selling sukuma wiki, selling donuts, whatever they want to do. So we are creating today, future innovators. We are creating today hundreds of thousands of students, hundreds of thousands of job creators, people who will be employing those graduates when they leave school after finishing their degrees, masters. They will be employed by these people who never went to campus. But Leap Hubs are not just for these people who never make it to campus. No, even those who go to the universities, we want them to be entrepreneurs when they're students. I've seen, for example, when I was in the university, students have opened businesses, photocopy, they could do photocopying, writing, they sell, whatever, shopkeepers and all that. We need to create a generation. We need to create a revolution of entrepreneurship, a revolution of job creators. That is the only way we will solve the problem of peace, the problem of youth bulge. People are complaining about young people who don't have jobs. If we focus on what we are doing today, then we have solved that problem. So that at the end of the day, when you finish school and you don't find a job, you simply go do something. You ask your parents for money. Maybe I always say that your parents and your relatives are your first sources of finance. So you ask them for capital. They used to pay your school fees. Why can't they afford even 50,000 for you to start that small business that you want? So we are encouraging the students to be creative, so that when you finish school, usikae tu ati unakaa home unasumbua fadhea mazee nini. No, we muulize akupatia hata kama ni 50 bob, 50k, even 10,000 by the way. You can even go buy groundnuts and you start selling. You package and start selling. So we need these young people, instead of sitting down and complaining. These are the people who should create employment. So basically, that's the theory of change. If we can solve the issue of unemployment, if we can get these very many youth into employment, then they are not available for misuse by a crooked politician. They are not available for recruitment into extremism. And that is how we are causing peace. So peace for us is not just absence of war, but peace for us is solving these little structural issues that drive our youth, to violence, drive our youth to be, to issues that bring trouble into the society. Yeah.
That's so good. Do you focus only on high school, or you go up to maybe primary school? And how do you follow up the students after they have cleared their high school to campus?
We have started with the high schools. That's why we've been focused on, because we feel that so primary school, it would be better if we start in primary school, but high school is where many young people make decisions on what they want to do. When you're in the high school, that's when you say, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a businessman. So, again, because of resources, that's why we say, fine, it's better to start in high school, so that when they leave primary school, when they go there, the time when they're going to Form 1, you start getting this mindset, and that's why we're there. But it is better if we start even in kindergarten. If we could start even in kindergarten, peace education, even in kindergarten, even in primary school, the better. If you start it in the lower stages, the better than just in secondary school. But of course, the focus here is after these students finish high school, we are also creating a pipeline, and that's why now Leap Hubs are open even to working with tertiary colleges, universities. One of the things that we're working on now in universities and tertiary colleges is we are working with Oracle Academy to teach our students, basically train our lecturers to have those computing skills, coding, coming up with a website. Things like building a website should never be like a special knowledge. These are things you can do on your own. If you can learn HTML or just a little bit of JavaScript, these are things that you can do. But you see, many people think that these things are difficult, but they're not difficult. It's just that we have never, gotten our students to actually learn these things when they're young. So that's one of the reasons why this office is also an Oracle Academy office, and we work with Oracle Academy. We work with our other technology companies to be able to nurture creativity, nurture digital skills. For example, before we also worked with Google to train, our students on, online safety. How can it be safe online? So, and in this one we say that online safety begins with offline safety. Okay, online character starts with offline character. If you're teaching these guys good character, so that when you have your phone, you're on the internet, what are you watching? There's something called digital footprints. If you're teaching them good manners, that means when the internet, they're not browsing pornography, they're not watching extremism, they're not being recruited online, then it is easy to talk about online character. So, yeah, so that's what we'd wish to start from kindergarten, primary, but we focus on high school. But now after high school, we may, there needs to be a pipeline. And you asked us a question about whether we keep tabs with them. Yeah. Yes, we do our best to do an M&E so that, and some of those students, when they finish, they actually come here. We show them how to open their companies on eCitizen. People think opening a company is a big deal. Just go to eCitizen and put in your ID, and with only 1,000 bob, you have your company. People don't know that. We were able to teach these young guys. Now, even with a certificate of registration of business name, you can open a bank account, and you can start earning your money. And by the time now money starts coming in, you register, you incorporate it, and you become the next big M-Pesa, the next big, Facebook or Elon Musk, Yeah.
Okay. And now we have this new system, the CBC system.
Yeah.
Has it affected your foundation in any way, or has it helped you in one way? And do you consider working together with CBC, the new education system?
Yeah, CBC, actually, we are one of the people who are working with government to be able to transform education. We have a program called Transforming Education, so that education can become responsive to our challenges. Education should help us to solve our problems, not be a problem in itself. So we're saying that education should be a solution, and competency-based is one system of education which strives to, give these young guys, competencies at what they do. For example, the kind of pipeline that they have created, where students can be able to start nurturing their, their whatever, their career at the pipeline, the pathways. I think those are good. So I can say that CBC is actually adding value to the work we do, because this is what we've been saying, that education is just about exam, but education should be in the process of learning. And CBC is also basically focusing on the continuous assessment of these students, so that at the end of the day, you don't judge a student by just one exam that they took. Maybe if he was sick, maybe he was having problems during exams and he failed that exam. So you forget about all the 10 years he has spent in school. So you want to judge this student on the basis of a one-day exam. We say that we don't agree with that. That's one of the reasons why we support. I know there are some people who have disagreed with CBC, but I totally support CBC. We must always review our curriculum to see whether it meets our needs as of today. The curriculum that we have been having, of course, before we had the 762, and then after that we had the 844, it was reviewed. So now 844 has served us, and I'm a product of 844, so I'm not complaining. It has served me well. But I'm saying because of where we are going, because of the challenges, because of the need to develop creativity in these students, let us try CBC. I know it's working in some other countries, like Finland. It is working. So Kenya should also be able to embrace it, because where we are going is the most delicate. So we need to prepare this generation, for the, for the future. And I believe CBC is the way.
So, and what are some of the other programs you run as a Global Peace Foundation?
We also have a youth, other than education, we are focusing on youth empowerment. We have a program called the President's Fellowship. President's Fellowship is a mentorship program that we initiated, whereby we encourage leaders, not necessarily the president himself, but maybe a president of a company or president of an NGO or whatever, even the president of the country. We are saying that if you're a president or you're a leader in your own right, you need to nurture, you need to empower the next generation. You need to mentor them. Some of us, when we were growing, nobody mentored us. Very few people mentored us. Our parents were too busy, and so we left school, and then we basically found our own way. But we are saying that because of we learned the hard way, our children don't need to go through the same process. So that's why we're saying that the current leadership, need to mentor the next generation. That's why for me, I believe in mentorship. I'm a mentor. I mentor with the ICT Authority in what they're calling the Presidential Digital Talent Mentorship Program. I have been also a mentor for the YALI program, Young Africa Leadership Initiative, started by President Obama. I think I mentored more than 5 fellows from that program. As you know, YALI was started by President Obama. So the President's Fellowship is meant to give our own leaders an opportunity to mentor leaders. And we're doing it not just in Kenya. We started with Kenya. The first cohort was around 110. The second cohort, recently we kicked off, also almost a similar number. And so we believe that if we are able to take this, and the second cohort, really some brainy people, very smart young people, very smart. I'm always proud when I see, students who are really highly motivated. They want to do something. They want to lead today. They're not waiting to lead tomorrow. They want to lead today. That kind of motivation is what we need. We need more and more young people to be motivated, to become entrepreneurs, to become leaders. We need more young people into leadership. And I'm happy so many young people now are even going into politics. But personally, I ran for Member of Parliament in 2019 from Ugenya. I vied for Member of Parliament in Ugenya constituency. I didn't make it, but I learned so many things. And I'm also challenging young people. If you are complaining about leadership in your area, just take responsibility. Fine, offer yourself for leadership. I'm also asking women, why do women say that it is men who are leading and yet they don't want to? I don't see women running for president. I don't see them running for, most of them are running for women rep only. Why?
And MP.
No, we need to see more women coming up, because I believe that even women can do better than what men do. Because women have compassion, they are kind, and they are not thieves. Some of them are not thieves. I know some are thieves, but them are not corrupt. So the economy can do much better if women came out to lead. But unfortunately, not many want to come out. But I'm encouraged through this kind of programs that we do, mentorship program, we're going to have more women into leadership.
And who is a leader according to you? Yeah.
A leader is someone who basically takes initiative, someone who shows direction, someone who solves, provides solutions to problems, not just someone who complains, In this organization, we talk about moral and innovative leadership. Okay. So a moral leader is someone who, who takes initiative to solve a problem. For example, if I see garbage there, instead of complaining about it, I clean it. I collect it. If my society doesn't have water, instead of, going to complain to government or what, I can come up with ways of solving that problem. Or even maybe just going to lobby for help. So that's what I call a leader. A leader is someone who takes initiative, who, to solve problems. A leader is someone who gives direction. A leader is someone who makes sacrifices, for his people. But leadership doesn't just mean political leadership or what. Leadership starts even from yourself. You need to be a leader for yourself. And then your family. You need to lead in your home. If you are a father, make sure that you are, leading your family in the right direction, educating your children, showing them love, providing for them, and basically, doing unto them what you'd want or would have wanted to be done to you. So that's what I think leadership should be. But the subject is so wide. Leadership is so wide. It would take a whole week just talking about leadership.
Okay. Talking about joining politics, recently we have seen we have these young girls or young ladies who are very interested in joining politics, and as we talk right now, some are running for women rep and in parliamentary seats in Nairobi. And talking about your organization, you support them 100%, but the society here judge them. They tell them you don't know what you're getting into, and how can we as the society embrace this young female in politics thing?
Yeah, we basically just need to offer them mentorship, offer them direction, offer them support, especially moral support. Show them that it's possible. Show them where it has happened. Like Liberia, we have had women leaders. The Salif Johnson was a president. I met her last month when she was here, and she made a very good president. Right now in Tanzania, we have a very good woman president. So we have leaders. In New Zealand, we have Prime Minister who is a woman. Finland, we've seen women leading. The other day in America, we just saw the first Black American woman appointed in the Supreme Court of the U.S. So women can make it, and one of the reasons why Africa has lagged behind is because we have left a very, very crucial point of the society behind. And the economy cannot grow well if we are leaving this crucial. Women have a lot to offer, but if you're leaving them behind, then we are losing a lot in terms of labor and also in terms of the brains, the kind of brains that women, can contribute to our economy. So the more, the sooner we get these women on board leadership, to come up with ideas. Look at our governors, for example. Governor Ngilo, for example. If you go to Kitui, she's doing marvelous stuff, right? Started some companies, she's doing companies, that that make, for example, juices, also there are some companies that make clothes, for export. And so, yeah, so we need to, I am one of the people who support women, but most important, and also because I'm a father. I am a father of a daughter. My daughter is very smart. She's always wanting to do things. She's in the grade 6, and yeah. So I'm a supporter, and I believe that the more women come on board leadership, the sooner this nation will grow economically. Yeah.
And talking about the entrepreneurship program that you run, okay, this child has grown and he has joined campus college and wants to start something. He has everything in hand. The issue is just finance, and he or she doesn't have anyone to finance that person. And you have worked with him through this journey. How do you help this kind of a person?
So, like I said, finance is out there. What you don't know is how to get it. Yeah. We just need to show these people how to get that money. Banks are offering loans. Some people are afraid to go to banks to get loans. Some people don't even know that they're giving loans. When government was giving these ways of fund and also youth enterprise development fund, many people do not go because they don't know. They're not asking. If you are not going, if you don't show up, it doesn't come to you. So most people need to just get out of your home. Go out and talk to people. But like I said earlier, the most important and the most available source of finance is your parents. Your parents or your cousins or if you can talk to them, they can give you a little bit of, loans, which you can use to start your finances. So it is defeatist to start saying that I want to start this business, but I don't have money. Most important thing is, why don't you come up with the idea and pitch it? Have the idea ready, waiting for money. So money follows the idea, just like money follows function. So it is the idea first, then money. But some of the people say, I can't have a business because I don't have money. They don't even have the business idea. But if you have the business idea, I can tell you, you will work, you will do your level best to actually raise that money. Raise it from your friends, your family. It has happened before. Most of the people who are rich today, some of them started from nothing. I'll give an example. The owner of Ranalo, Koseve, someone who was just selling shiitake in town. And then he was able to start. Now he's running his very, very big restaurants. So number one is attitude. And I always say that, this marathon runner said, Eliud Kipchoge, is that no one is limited. I always tell young people, you are your own limitation, because you always look at the obstacle rather than looking at the opportunity. You look at you look at a stone as an obstacle, but not look at it should be an opportunity that helps you to leap and jump into success. Yeah, so that is that's my contribution on that.
Okay. Now, as we wrap up this video, what will you tell someone out there, an entrepreneur or anyone who wants to join your foundation? What requirements do I need for me to be part of this?
So, our organization is open to everyone. We are a non-profit. We welcome participation in various programs. I always encourage people to come in and volunteer. Sometimes we take internships. But most important, whenever we advertise, for example, for the President's Fellowship Program, which we do every year, take part in that. Become some of our ambassadors. And we have an open door policy. If you have an idea, my office is always open. Just come and pitch an idea that you think can solve a problem that you're seeing in your area. So basically, That's how you can. Basically, that's how I'm looking at how you can be a part of what we do. But also, if you look at social media, we are there. Social media, you will look at, like our page, Global Peace Foundation Kenya, on YouTube, Global Peace Foundation, or even we are on Instagram, Global Peace Kenya, and on Twitter. Follow us and you can get to see some of the opportunities, amazing opportunities that we have, educational opportunities that we have. We sometimes do conferences, take part in some of our conferences, some of them virtually. Like, for example, Transforming Education conferences. We do monthly webinars, to share best practices in education. We also run programs like Great Places to School, where you can nominate a school that you think is a great school. So, and also watch out. Sometimes when you have vacancies and you want to work for us, you can always you can look for the vacancies on our website, and you never know. But again, another thing we do a lot of exchange programs. But just now, because of COVID, we stopped them doing the exchange programs. But hopefully, after COVID, you can apply for some of our exchange programs. You can go to, for example, we do International Young Leaders Assembly, where we take young people. They're able to tour the U.S., various, go to the Senate, speak on, the podium of the UN. So those are just some of the opportunities that are available. And we are an open organization, a public organization. We are there to empower you young people to become a better person. So the Global Peace Foundation is for everyone, and everyone is welcome. Yeah.
Everyone is welcome to join Global Peace Foundation. And you can view what they do on their online pages and on their website here. And if you feel like this is for you, why not join them? So, and that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed our video, and if you did, kindly subscribe, like, share, and comment. Till next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. How was the interview?
It was good.